Good morning. Welcome back to Breakfast with the Silvers. It is March 2nd. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Today's devotional is called Remember God's Goodness from Proverbs 3:6. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. I was just in Proverbs this morning.
Are you?
Yep.
Where at?
Chapters 1 through 3.
Oh, cool. So you just read this.
So this is well, actually, I was listening to it. There's a gentleman that online that reads it. Just like there's no commentary, he just reads it. And so I read my chapters in Revelation, and then I listened to my chapters in Proverbs.
Gotcha.
This morning. So you are in Proverbs 3, verses 1 through 26.
1 through 26.
Yeah.
My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. I'll let him fly over.
I think the Air Force is doing drills this morning.
First I just stopped with?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think it's 6.
I think so too.
Okay.
In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones. Honor the Lord with thy substance, and with the first fruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than of fine silver. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down to the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. I mean, there's a lot in Proverbs anyways, but...
Yeah.
After Jesus had departed from the Pharisees, he said to his disciples, "Take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the Sadducees." Tongue twister this morning. That's from Matthew 16:6. The disciples began to discuss this warning among themselves, and all they could think of was that they had brought no bread. What were they going to do? Then Jesus uttered these words, "O you of little faith." Verse 8. He had been with them for quite a while, yet they were still a great disappointment to him because of their lack of comprehension and of faith. They could not grasp the profound spiritual truth that he was bringing to them, and could only think about having brought no bread. So Jesus said to them, "O you of little faith, do you not yet understand, or remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets you took up? Nor the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many large baskets you took up?" Matthew 16, verses 8 through 10. Do you keep in mind how God has been gracious in the past? God has done wonderful things for all of us. If we keep these things in mind, we will be strengthened in our faith. Romans 4:20. We should be able to defy Satan in everything. Remember that the Lord has led all the way. When Joshua passed over the Jordan on dry land, he told the people to pick up 12 stones and set them up in Gilgal. These were to be a constant reminder to the children of Israel that they came over the Jordan on dry land. See Joshua 4, verses 20 through 24. How many times had Jesus shown his disciples the mightiness of his power? Yet they failed in faith right here. Thought for today: the difference between those who are being led by the Holy Spirit and those who are being deceived by Satan is joy, gladness, and a calm expression instead of sadness, sorrow, and depression.
So the title for today's message is called Remember God's Goodness. So when you're going through the trials and you don't think God's answering you, remember all the things he's done. That is the remembrance when you don't hear him, when you don't see him, when you don't think he's answering you, when you're asking, calling out. Remember all the things he's done. That's the power that gets you through. And we're going to give a shout out this morning.
Yes.
Dave Stearns.
Dave Stearns,
morning.
we miss you.
Yeah. See you soon.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
Bye.